All right, guys, I'm going to start because it's 8:34 and everybody's time is valuable. So first and foremost, welcome to our weekly Team Perseverance team call. It is April 4th. It is the awesome spring weather. Not here in New York. It's like snowing. Certain people got days off today from snow. It's freezing out. I'm like, all right, really? So, but I know spring is around the corner and I'm excited about that. So, guys, welcome to the call. So, my name is Dave Atkins, the founding coach of Team Perseverance. I'm trying to see if I see a couple unfamiliar faces. Let me just set the speaker view here. For those of you that don't know me, this is our time each week to come together to have our weekly team call. And I'm really excited about tonight's call. Number one is because Kristen's going to talk about what she spoke about at Super Sunday yesterday, which we got a lot of great feedback on inviting. And I'm just excited because a lot of great things are happening and some great announcements. And I want to get right into it. So I hope everybody has a paper and pen to write everything down. Excuse me. So we're going to get right into it. So guys, first and foremost, the announcement regarding Super Saturday and our event in that's going to be in Westchester. So this weekend was our quarterly Super Saturday, Super Sundays. It's really called Super Saturday, but we had ours on Sunday. So I want to let you guys know that the next one is the weekend of August 6th. And for any coaches that are local, actually some coaches drove a couple hours to get to ours, but any coaches that are local, we announced at the end of our event yesterday that Tanya from T25, from Insanity, from Size, everybody knows her, Tanya is going to be a guest at our event in August. And she's going to give us a live workout. I have to speak to her. I'm sure she's going to give a presentation as well. And we opened up ticket sales for 48 hours only and discounted them. So the VIP tickets that were normally $40 or $30, regular tickets that are normally $30 are $20. And non-coach tickets, people that aren't coaches, that are normally $10 or $5. We opened this up for 48 hours until tomorrow. Guys, as of right now, I just looked 2 minutes ago, we have sold 161 tickets in 24 hours. So this is what I want to let you guys know, because so many people order tickets the week before the event. We will be selling out this event, and ticket prices will be going up tomorrow after 12 o'clock. And once we hit, I just messaged Tanya today and gave her the link for the tickets for her people in New York City that she's coaches, and she was a fellow elite coach, so she's going to draw people in. Once we hit our number, which I have to speak to the market council, it's closed. So it's basically the link to get the tickets, and I'll tell you guys, it's tinyurl, tinyurl.com/Tanya, TANIA 2016. Tanya 2016. The link is also on the coaches page. Guys, even if you don't know where you're going to be on August 7th, get your tickets because it's going to sell out. Walking Arts is going to sell out 161 tickets in 24 hours. We are dealing with making sure we have enough space. So make sure you get your tickets. That's all I can say. Don't be saying, oh my God, I can't get to the event now, because it's going to sell out. So that's first. Next. Let me look at my notes here. Summit. Summit is around, Summit is around the corner, guys. It's coming in July. That is our biggest event of the year. There's over 25,000. I think we're going to probably close to 30,000 coaches this year. It's going to kick off in the NFL stadium. So I want to go over two things. One is that Team Perseverance will be having a kickoff party that Kristen and I booked a location at the Wild Horse Saloon. We were there last year for all of Team Perseverance. I forget how much it's going to be per person, not a lot. Kristen and I put the deposit down to hold it, and that will be right before we kick off at the NFL stadium, which is in walking distance from the Wild Horse Saloon. We have food, we have drinks, we dance. It's a blast. Next, guys, some of you guys probably saw my post that I put up. Some of you haven't. And, I reflected on it, and, I don't know if you saw my post, but I remember going to Summit the last couple of years and being awestruck by the people that presented. And you guys can read my post, but I want to let you guys know that Kristen and I have been asked, and I know we put this out to some of you guys, have been asked to speak at Summit to 2 groups of 8,000 people. So we are like, guys, you know, I said in my Super Sunday thing yesterday, and I saw it from a Michael Phelps video, what you do in the darkness comes out in the light. And it just means that is so true to my heart, because I want to let you guys know, no matter wherever you are in this business, there were many hundreds, because this has been years of trying to build this dream, of lonely nights by myself in the office or on the couch or lying in bed doing one more follow-up or one more invite or 5 more minutes of personal development. It's that stuff in the darkness, or, you know, kids are sick, and just doing that one more slight little edge. And that's what will bring you out in the light. So many times people see us, oh my God, you guys are guest speakers, like we were overnight successes. And let me tell you, it's far from that. We've been just doing a lot of work in the dark that people don't see. We've been grinding and hustling, and it's just the fact that we've been asked now to speak to these people, you know, it's just, I'm reflecting back that it's hard work to get there, but doors will open for you. And I shared this yesterday, opportunity will open for you, and all you need is to have a vision. And I'm not here to go on that speech, but everybody has sight, but not everybody has a vision. You literally have to see yourself being that successful, and you will get there, because the last time I checked, having a vision is free. So guys, I want to see all you guys at Summit, and I just can't wait. I'm just beyond, you know, that this has happened and this has come around to where we are, and just thank you, because if it wasn't for the team, we wouldn't be where we are today. 100%, no way. With that, guys, I want to share my screen about Summit, and I did see one question about the wait list. I have been told this week that they're going to start opening up people on the wait list. I know last year they went through everybody on the wait list. So I anticipate that if you're on the wait list, that you have a very, very, very good chance of getting your ticket. Okay? Very, very, very good chance. So if you're not on the wait list, guys, get there. This is where your business can change. And I truly don't feel you are a coach until you experience Summit. So that goes for everybody. So with that, let me share my screen, because what's going to happen, guys, and this is important. This week, you can get the information. I'm going to share my screen with that. Registration opens on April 11th for elite coaches, premier coaches, 5-star diamond and higher, Success Club All-Star Legends, and some other groups of people. General registration opens up on the 18th. You're going to want to be on right away on the 18th to get there, to pick out your information. So let me just share my screen just to show you guys what I mean. So hold on. So here we go. This is all in the back office, guys. I just clicked on the link. So the main agenda, now Kristen and I and a lot of coaches do arrive on Thursday, but this is kind of the main agenda, Thursday. And guys, I'm going to move quick, and this is why, because we're going to have a Summit, call before Summit. So you guys really should go to the back office. If you're in your back office, under breaking news, under Coach Summit, you can go and get there. So here we go here. Thursday's general session, celebrity workouts. Friday, Summit continues. Saturday, Summit continues. Sunday is the departures. Many people get there on Wednesday. But this is the important stuff of what you guys need to review this week. And you get this by simply clicking on View Summit Track Selection Guide. How do you get to this page? It's the Agenda tab under CoachSummit2016.com. CoachSummit2016.com. Click on the Agenda tab, brings you here. Click on View Summit Track Selection Guide, brings you here. Okay? Does everybody see Create Your Summit Experience now? Yes? Awesome. Thank you, Stacy, for the thumbs up. How to select your workshops, workout, and other extras in 3 easy steps. I'm going to go through this quickly. You guys should review it after. General track selection registration opens April 18th. Check out FAQ 2940 and make sure you downloaded the Coach Summit app. Follow these 3 steps to make sure you get the most out of Summit. Choose your blue or silver track, okay? 25 plus 1,000 Team Beachbody coaches are Nashville bound for Summit. That's quite the crowd. So to accommodate everybody during the workshops and general sessions, we create a track system. All tracks will feature 4 training workshops based on the vital behaviors and 2 training electives highlighting personal and business development topics. First, you're going to choose your track. Second, choose your workout. Want to go extreme with Autumn, Tony, Sagi, define yourself with Shailene. Due to the large crowds this year, you must pre-register for your celebrity trainer workout. 3, choose your extras. So let's go through it. Guys, you will choose your blue or silver track. I can tell you right off the jump, you will see Kristen and I are speaking in the blue track, all right? Here's how to choose your track. Determine which track you'd like to follow, blue or silver. Pick your desired workshop room, hall C, D, or grand ballroom. If an option is no longer available, please choose from the remaining. The highlighted workshops are the electives offered in each track. So say you choose blue track and you choose hall C blue track. Friday at 2 o'clock, you will see creating your personal brand. These are all workshops, becoming a top recruiter, inviting using social media, develop, and on Saturday, you will at 9:30, you'll see developing team leaders, how to choose your challenges for long-term success, and supporting your spouse, which is with Kristen and I and 2 other couples. So if you want to know who the presenters are, they're on the right-hand side, okay? You basically would go to hall C on Friday and Saturday at the beginning time, and you will not leave. You'll have maybe bathroom breaks in between, but you'll have your 3 workshops per se on Friday and Saturday. If you choose hall D in the blue track, you will have these workshops with these speakers, okay? If you go to the grand ballroom track, you will have these speakers with these tracks. Now, guys, again, Kristen and I are in the blue track, and we either are speaking in the grand ballroom or the hall C. Now, guys, I want to stress this. Do not pick the track that Kristen and I are speaking if you feel you need just to be there to support us. I want you to pick the track that you're going to think that you, where you are in your present day as a coach, need to be or need to go and see, okay? So if there's certain things or topics you want to see, great. But if you notice, guys, the only difference is that the speakers are different. For example, hall C, becoming a top recruiter, you could also get it in hall D and in the grand ballroom. So the workshops are the same, but the speakers are different. So if there's a speaker you want to see to a specific topic, you would want to go to that specific room within the track. Kristen and I, we actually are speaking twice because they said this topic was asked for so much and was something people really want to see. So we're actually speaking twice in 2 different rooms within the blue track. So that's how that works there. So we will be in the grand ballroom and hall C. Now, the silver track, same thing, vice versa. This is the silver track. There's different speakers, same topics. The electives are in gray. Those are the ones you choose, okay? If you notice, they're a little different. This is the silver track. So you have to look if you want blue or silver. Next, if you look here, guys, the way it works is if you're in the blue track, then your general session on Friday will be in the morning. Then if you're in the gray track, the silver track, excuse me, your general session, which is like in the big arena with everybody from your track, right, will be in the afternoon. So it kind of flip-flops, all right? So I want you guys, this is kind of what this means. Step 2, you're going to choose your workout. As you can see here, you will only be able to choose 1 workout total at Summit, not 1 per day. And then obviously you'll be able to do the super workout Saturday morning with all the trainers. We do that in the street. So if you pick a certain track, make sure that your times match up for when you pick your workout. All right, so you want to look at the times of the workout and see if you have workshops based off of that. All right, so here are the workouts. And then step 3, you're going to choose your extras. Meaning if you want box lunches, which I highly recommend you get because it's crazy when you walk out, I highly recommend you get them. And also if you're staying at one of the hotels on the left-hand side, you may need they run shuttles back and forth to where the events are. You may need to get, you'll see if you need to get a shuttle schedule pass. Guys, it is self-explanatory. Trust me, I know it's overwhelming. We will have a call for the team before Summit. That's not what this call is about. I just want to steer you guys to go and review this on your own time. Okay? Here are the box lunches, your choices, and some other things in here. So again, Coach Summit 2016, go to that website, click on agenda, and then from the agenda you can click to get to this location here. Guys, I want to just open this up to any general questions from anybody regarding this. I will open it up. Are there any general questions regarding this, guys? Please ask them because we're not going to speak again. We'll speak again on Monday, but then the 18th is going to be here before we know it. Any questions regarding registering for your track or anything about Summit? No questions? I remember my first Summit. I was like so confused. Nobody. Okay. You guys must all be rock stars. Blue track. Kristen saying blue track. Come see us in the blue track.
Dave, I have a question. This is Angie.
Angie, my girl, go ahead.
So if I get off the wait list and I'm able to go to Summit, that's just for me, right? I can't bring somebody with me. Is that right?
Correct. Yep. They would have to get onto the wait list as well.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
I have a comment. It's Maria.
Go ahead, Maria.
I'm a little sad that we only get to choose one workout and not one workout per day. Why is that? Because there's so many people. We had the same amount of people last year.
Yeah, no, they said right in there, due to the amount of people, and they're gonna have more this year, that's how they're gonna run it. I think it was too much last year, and you know what? I think I don't know the exact answer, Maria. I just think with the growth, it's one, and then everybody gets the super workout. I wish I had a better explanation. You got to look at it this way. The only thing I could say, when the network is growing this much and they need to do things like that, that makes me realize how amazing of something we're part of. And I get it. Some people want to go there and see their trainers. I get it. But at the same time, the reason they're doing this is because of the size of what has happened. So I wish I had a better answer for you.
Okay. No, that's fine. I look forward to it anyway. We had a blast last year, and maybe, the second day we can maybe see a little bit of Nashville.
There you go. And Kristen just said they really only have Friday and Saturday for workouts because Thursday is opening session in the evening. So it's all day Friday, all day Saturday is Summit. So you basically are picking a workout one of those days, and then Saturday is the super workout. So I really don't think you're going to miss. You're still getting in almost everything.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any questions? Guys, seriously, any questions? No? Okay. Then, guys, with that, I want to go in. I just want to pull up. We're going to go right into – let me see if I got anything else I jotted down. No. I'm going to go right into recognition, and I just want to share my screen because so you guys can see the people that were the leaders in the week leg team volume for the week. This is just so important. These are people that are truly building their business each and every week. So in the 300 club, you can see we have Michelle Fry, Darlene Champ, Jean Marie Cregan, Danielle Zito, Rachel Rote, Alondra DeLeon, Laura Carter, Amanda Stanford, and Kristen Smalls. In the 500 club, my wife Kristen, Lindsay Medvin, Angela McLaughlin, Lindsay Kaufman, Lisa Marr, Greg Armstrong, Jay Fertiel, Devin Wheaton, Mike Delasala, Mike Holman. In the 1,000 club, Liz Mullenbrook, Tara Richmond, Michelle Delasala, Jeff Nolson, Tony Carlucci, Shannon Larice, and Kelly Delavecchia. In the 2,000 club, we have Jen Holdman, Sharice Nolson, my second business center, Denise Brobson. In the 3,000 club, my wife Kristen, Shanna Carlucci, and Stacy Larice. And 10,000 club, myself. So guys, this is amazing. These right here, you all should be following all of these people because these are the people that are building their business and building their teams. Amazing, amazing, amazing recognition for those people. So let me stop sharing. So I want to give that, and I want to give one last shout out to two people. Devin Wheaton for the top Success Club earner for last month with 22 points. So Devin, awesome with 22 points. And Jenna Mastrioni, if I pronounced that right, sponsored six coaches in the month of March. So absolutely, absolutely amazing. So congratulations, Jenna, leading with Team Perseverance with 6 coaches, guys. And I'll tell you this much, we are creeping up on 1,900 coaches on our team. So it's absolutely amazing. So guys, without further ado, I want to kick it over to my wife, Kristen, who's going to talk about a great topic that people loved yesterday. Have your pen and paper and notes ready. I'm going to put her on speaker view. I'm going to unmute her. She just disappeared in a certain spot of the screen. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are, Chris. Hold on. I'm going to unmute you. And I'm just going to spotlight Kristen. And guys, I'm going to take away to Kristen. Go ahead, babe.
I'm out of here. Hey, guys. How are you? I'm going to apologize in advance to those of you that were at Super Sunday yesterday because you get to hear me again. I might make some of the same corny jokes. I may not. I cannot determine that, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Dave, yes? Okay, so I'm going to just share it. Okay. So we are going to be talking about building relationships and inviting. I'm not going to be getting in depth to the 5-step invitation process, but that's part of it. What I'm really going to focus on mostly is building relationships because that is the basis of your entire business. So I just want you to look at this picture, and I forgot to say this yesterday, but this is an aerial view of the super workout last year at Summit in Nashville. Can you see me? I had a bad hair day. Do you see? That's terrible, right? But anyway, so I looked at this picture and I thought, how cool. Look at all those coaches. And that's just like a piece of it, right? It went like around the corner. Anyway, I was thinking about it and thinking about building relationships and how every single one of those coaches in this picture at some point built a relationship with somebody and was invited by somebody to maybe do a challenge group or try Shakeology at some point. So that's a lot of relationships. That's a lot of inviting. And think about if somebody had decided not to build a relationship or not to spend time talking to someone or getting to know what they need, these coaches wouldn't even be there in that picture. So think about how big this opportunity is and how important building relationships really, really is to your business. It is the crux of your business, whether you're talking about building a relationship with a potential challenger or building relationships with your own team and your own coaches. Because without that, your business will fall apart. So I'm sharing the quote from John Maxwell that I love. People don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that really is the truth. Okay, so the daily non-negotiable as far as building relationships is adding new contacts to your network every single day. And I always suggest doing this first thing in the morning. You get up, you send your 3 to 5 new friend requests, and make sure they're not friends of coaches or other coaches, because that's not going to help you. And you should do it first thing in the morning. Just bang it out, send your friend requests, and then throughout the day, you can check to see if they've accepted it. Once they've accepted it, you'll get the notification that, Maria Peterson has accepted your friend request. You're going to send that person a message. I know that sounds scary, right? And I did not do that for the longest time, but I will tell you that will get your relationship building so much quicker. Okay, so right away you see that person accepted your friend request. You're going to go ahead and send them a private message. Now, I've given you different examples of real life messages that I have sent to people. So these are real, and there's different ways you can do it. So the first way on the top, easy peasy, non-invasive way. If you're really struggling with actually sending messages to people, you can start with this. I'm all the way on the left. Hi, Dolly. Thanks for accepting my friend request. I saw we had some mutual friends. Have a great day. And she wrote back, I saw that too. Have a great day too. Very sweet girl. So basically, I just got a little intro like, hey, I'm this crazy lady and check out my wall because I know you're going to anyway. And so we just started a conversation and I just opened it up to Dolly. So that way I'm going to go back now and I'm going to follow Dolly. I'm going to like and comment on all of her posts. And eventually that will open up to me inviting her to a challenge group. But this is like how I kind of just started it. This person, the second one, we already spoke on a thread in a group that we're in together. So we kind of have an idea of who we are, like where we're from. So I just started with a private message. Hey, Maria, how are you? How long have you lived in Katona? Where does your daughter, or did you say son, go to school? So I'm asking her a question. A lot of times when you ask questions, that's a great way to get people to answer you back, right? You want to end with a question instead of being like, hey, Maria, my name is Kristen. See you later. You know, that doesn't really get anything. You want to get a response, so you always want to ask a question. Again, when you do this, guys, they're going to go right to your wall and go, who is this crazy person? They're going to scroll through your news feed. They're going to look at your bio. They're going to look at your cover photo. They're going to look at your, what do you call that? A little picture. Profile pic. Thank you. And they're going to just see like what you're about. If you're really good at sharing your journey on your social media, they're going to see right away what you're into. Oh, this person's into health and fitness. Oh, cool. You know, I was just thinking the other day I had to lose 25 pounds. How am I going to do it? You know, it might be at the right time. So this next one is you don't know me at all, but let's chat anyway version. I sent this girl a friend request and she wrote back to me, hey, Kristen, I got your friend request. I'm so sorry, but I'm just trying to place where I know you from. And the little trick here is she doesn't know me at all. So I just wrote, I don't think we actually know each other. I saw you in Katona Parents. I think you're a dog sitter, right? So again, I went to her wall and I checked her out and I saw that she's a dog sitter, which I thought was perfect because I happen to have a dog. So we went back and forth and had a conversation about how she got started at that and blah, blah, blah. And now she's liking and commenting on my posts as well as I am for her. So we have that relationship that we're building slowly. And the last one is starting a non-Beachbody conversation. By the way, when you do start these conversations, you notice I haven't said anything about me being a coach or into health and fitness or anything. They're actually going to see it when they go to my wall. Hey, Melissa, thanks for accepting my friend request. I saw we had some mutual friends. Hope all is well. Your kids are adorable. I have 3 girls myself. It's nuts, isn't it? So I saw on her wall she has 3 daughters. So, of course, that's our connection. And so we started a conversation from there. All right. All right, then what? You started that little brief conversation. And sometimes people ask me, how do you end it if you're doing a little back and forth? A lot of times I might say, you know, it was so great, you know, meeting you. I put it in quotes. Meeting you. Let's keep in touch, okay? And then we kind of end it from there. So you're going to put your new friends in an interest list or keep track of their names somewhere. I have my binder. I write down my new friends. I have a spot in my binder for my new friends. I also have an interest list that I created through Facebook where only I can see their posts. And I go in every night or every couple of nights, I should say, and I just like or comment on their posts. And the reason why I do that is so I come up in their newsfeed. So that way when I post, you know, my invite to my next challenge group and they've been watching me for a couple weeks, they go, I've been watching her and maybe that's something I'd be interested in. So you're going to like or comment on their stuff for 2 weeks or so. I would say no less. You can go a little more if you want. And, you know, if you can, message them again to make some small talk and form them. And that's in the back office, which we've talked about before. It means family, occupation, recreation, and message. So again, just doing back and forth. Sometimes I might just see a post that they put up and I might message them and say, you know, oh, that chicken that you made for dinner looked delicious. Can I have the recipe? Just a little more to put yourself out there and kind of, you know, let them get to know you a little bit better. And then it's okay to go ahead and invite them to a challenge group because you've started a basic friendship, a basic relationship with them. Okay. All right. Sample invites. Keep it short, sweet, and to the point. Do not go on and on in your invite. You should keep it really basic. So there's different scenarios that I have listed here. And again, these are all real invites or parts of conversations that I've had with people. The one on the left is a friend that I've talked to a lot. We have a solid relationship and I feel comfortable with her. So she's a friend of mine from high school, and she has triplets. So we've been talking and I wrote, girl, when are you going to work out with me? I know you need a lot of energy to keep up with 3 babies. And she writes, I know I have to figure that out. So her and I have been talking months, but that was my quick little way to get it in there. She knows what I do. We've talked about it. So it's not like it's coming out of nowhere. The second one was somebody messaging me, asking me for fitness advice. We were just new Facebook friends and she had been following me a little bit. So she said, she lost a lot of weight and now she wants to tighten up, some loose areas. So I wrote back, that's great. Yes, I'd say you definitely need to add in weight training to help build lean muscle. That will help tighten you up. You actually sound like a perfect candidate for one of my online fitness groups. Have you ever considered that? And I like to tell people they sound like a perfect candidate because if you do that, they can kind of picture themselves doing, one of your groups, or like, hey, maybe, oh, good, I'm perfect for this. That makes me feel good, and I specify, I say online fitness group as opposed to challenge group, because not everybody knows what a challenge group is. And they'll be like, what is that? I'm not up for a challenge right now. So I think less intimidating is online fitness group. And then you end again with the question, have you ever considered that? And a lot of times people know exactly what you're talking about if you're good at sharing it on your social media. The next one is a general invite to somebody that I've been forming. This one I use all the time. Hey, whoever, I hope all is well. I'm reaching out to some of my Facebook friends and inviting them to my upcoming 30-day online fitness group. It's totally geared towards busy moms, quick, effective workouts. You popped into my head since we just spoke recently. Would that be something you'd be interested in? So this was a mom that I had been talking to about our crazy lives with 3 kids. So again, I took a piece of our conversation that we had while I was forming her about, just not having a lot of time for anything. And I put that into my invite. Again, without like overkill and making it super long and dragged out. I just picked a little bit to make her feel like, oh, maybe I could do this. And then the last one is somebody that commented on one of my invite posts, inviting me to a challenge group. And she said, I want to know more. So her and I went back and forth a little bit. And I said, I would absolutely love to have you join one of my fitness groups. That would be so fun. Tell me a little about your current health and fitness goals. That way I can better guide you in the right direction. Can't wait to chat. Now, again, when people are interested, you kind of want to jump right in and be like, oh my God, my group is so awesome. I can't wait to tell you all about it. You don't want to vomit on them. You actually want to stop yourself in your tracks and you want to go back to your 5 steps and you want to get their why or their goals. Okay, so don't forget, that's probably the most important step, is finding out why they're interested in doing your group. Okay. They said, yes, maybe, or tell me more. Awesome. Now what? Right? So you get someone that's like, yeah, I want to know. And you're like, okay, what do I say? Well, the 5-step invitation process lays it out for you. Do not reinvent the wheel. Do not do it your way. I can tell you this, I did it my way for a while, and sometimes it worked, and other times it didn't, and most times it didn't. Dave used to yell at me and say, follow it, and I used to say, it's so scripted, it doesn't feel like it's me, and I know a lot of people feel that way, but again, I made it my own, and I always put personal things into my messages. Personal that has to do with what our conversation is, what's going on in our conversation. So again, step 1, you already did it by inviting them, right? Sending them that initial invite. You're bridging this step from 1 to 2, preparing them to ask questions. Step 2 is your interview, okay? Most important step. We're going to talk about those questions in a minute. And then step 3 is getting a clear commitment that they're going to watch the video that better explains your challenge group, right? That's where we send the, I like to send the Ever Feel Like This video or the Beachbody Challenge video. And that's step 3. Step 4 is following up to find out what they liked about the video and confirm their interest in joining your group. So, hey, hey Jen, how you doing? Just following up to see what you thought, what your feedback is on the video, and if you get a good idea of what my challenge group now entails. Is it something you can see yourself doing? I always ask people that. Is this something you can see yourself doing? And most people say, yeah, I could, whether it's right now or in the future. is another thing, but at least, they get them the idea in their head. And then 5 is enrolling them to their challenge pack. All right, going back to step 2, like I said, this is the most important part, and you need to take a step back and take the most time here, because you've already built a little mini relationship with this person, but now this is actually going to be the deciding factor if they're going to trust you enough for you to be their coach and for them to say, you know what, let's do this. So you need to find out what their goals are, what they struggle with, what their life looks like right now, an overall picture, so you can better guide them on what program is going to work for them, why Shakeology is going to work for them, because all this stuff is leading up to hopefully combating any objections that you might get later on. So these are some questions that I ask people. What are your current health and fitness goals, like we've already talked about? Tell me what your daily nutrition looks like. I spend a lot of time asking people about their nutrition, because the number one thing that people will give the objection for the most is Shakeology, right? Most people are like, I don't need the shake, or I don't want to spend the money on the shake. It's usually not so much the programs. So if you spend a lot of time digging into what their eating looks like in a day and what their energy looks like throughout the day, what they struggle with the most, honestly, you're going to have a lot to come back at them with if they give you that objection with Shakeology. If somebody says, I don't eat breakfast, or I eat like 2 meals a day and my energy sucks and I have to drink 4 cups of coffee a day to stay awake, you should be going, ooh, yes, Shakeology is perfect for them, right? So again, spend time asking these questions. And again, I tell people, I'm so sorry I'm asking you so many questions. I just really feel like the better idea I get of your overall needs, the better I can help you, right? And most people are receptive to that, and they appreciate that. How much time do you realistically think you could dedicate to working out daily? You guys are not going to send them to get P90X. Tell them to do P90X yoga for an hour and a half if they have 20 minutes to work out per day, right? You want to make sure that their needs are being matched with the program you match them up with. And what type of workouts do you prefer? If they don't like cardio, you don't want to give them T25. They will probably want to kick you. So again, spend the most time on step 2, all right? This is really, really important. And when I realized this and I started really spending time and doing a lot of back and forth with people on this step, that's when I started to get less objections and more people trusting me, because they genuinely could feel that I care about what their needs are. And that's the truth. If you really listen to people and talk less about your experience or what you needed, and you really listen to what they need, they will feel like they can trust you, and they're going to buy into you quicker than they're going to buy into your product. All right. And that's really, really, this is the crux of building your relationship. So here are some do's and don'ts of building relationships. These are your don'ts. You do not want to be that gross used car salesman on the bottom picture there. How you doing? I got challenge packs real cheap. You don't want to be that guy. Okay, guys? Don't rush the process. Like I said, take your time with talking to them. It really does pay off. And just, I just want to tell you that I've had conversations on step 2 last for a few weeks. I mean, it's not an overnight thing. It's not a one-day thing most of the time. You do have to realize that you could do a lot of back and forth. And something I didn't even mention yesterday is if somebody has a lot of questions, or they're really, not clear as to what you do or how you can really help them, pick up the phone and call them. I have found that spending a half hour on the phone with somebody sometimes and just answering their questions in real time makes all the difference. And they can feel that you genuinely love what you do and that you really want to help them. So pick up the phone if somebody's really not loving the back and forth with the messages. Don't be salesy, which we always talk about, and don't vomit Beachbody, right? Don't be like, oh my God, you're going to love my challenge group. It's the best challenge group in the world. You're going to want to do this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't do this sooner. Guys, and I know we've all done that. And I honestly, I think you have to do that at one point in the beginning of being a coach to learn not to do it, right? Because I have talked to so many coaches that say, oh my God, I wish I could go back when I was a first brand new coach and slap myself across the face. I want you to just think about if you were on the receiving end of this, right? And what you don't want done to you, and then do the opposite. That's all there is. You have to think, if you were on the receiving end of this message, would it be icky to you? If not, send it. If yes, don't send it. All right? Just think if it was you. Don't fire back message after message until they answer you. I was saying this yesterday that, sometimes you go check if somebody read your message and you just see all the little blue bubbles, like 4 in a row, and they're all from you. Like, hey, did you get my message yet? Hey, just checking in. Hey, following up. Did you hear me? Are you there? And it's all you. Give them a chance. People are busy. Yes, I know we hate crickets. We all hate crickets. And that does happen occasionally. But sometimes people just need more time to answer you. They are not on Facebook as much as we are. Don't be pushy. If somebody's really giving you objections and some pushback, yeah, but the money, yeah, but the time, yeah, but I'm busy, yeah, but it's expensive. If they are really giving you a lot of pushback, they most likely are not ready for your challenge group, and you don't want them to be in your challenge group, because more times than not, the people that we have to kind of force into doing it don't end up being good challengers or staying consistent, and that actually means that they probably won't end up being good coaches in the end as well. You want somebody who's really ready, because those are the ones that are going to be your awesome challengers that are ready for that change. So just be okay with that. And don't cold invite. I know this is, some people do cold invites, which means just sending an invite to somebody they haven't built a relationship with. I have not done it, and I won't do it because I don't feel like I would want that done to me. If I had another Beachbody coach that I don't know reach out to me and say, hey, would you ever want to do one of my groups? I would be like, you're just trying to sell me something. You don't care about me. You just want to sell me something. So think about that. And these are the do's. Be patient and take your time with the conversations. I think I've said that 5 times already. It's really important. Go for no. When I started thinking this was a game, when I would invite people, like a game like, ooh, maybe they're going to say no. I hope they say no, because you expect them to say no, that if they do, you're like, yes, I was right, and it makes you feel good. But sometimes they say yes, and that makes you feel even better. So go for no and just pretend it's a game. And just the worst that can happen is they can say no, but like we've said before a million and trillion times, no means usually not right now. And I will tell you, there is tons of coaches on my team alone that I have asked time and time again, and they said, no, I do my own thing, over and over again. And I've, well over 6 months to a year of me talking to them, and finally they come around. So don't give up on somebody, always follow up with them. Share your journey on social media. Again, this is going to be important, because when you're messaging these strangers, these new people, they're going to look on your newsfeed and your post. They're going to see what you're all about. And if you're not sharing, and then you go to do an invite later, they're going to go, what is she talking about? So they have to know what you're doing. Listen more than you speak. I think I've said that before, is really listening to their needs rather than telling them all about your story. End messages with a question. Like I said, this really makes people answer you. I might say something like, okay, I'm going to send you a video that better explains my challenge group. Would you be able to watch it sometime today? Or I'm going to send it later tonight. Does that work for you? So if you end with a question, more times than not, they'll write back, yeah, that sounds good, no problem. Be okay with it if they aren't ready yet. Like I just said before, not everybody will be ready when you invite them, but be okay if they say no, and do not rely on them. If somebody says yes to you, that's wonderful, but until they're actually in your challenge group with their program, drinking their Shakeology, they're not a yes. And I'm sure all of you have had people that have been like, all in, yes, I'm ordering tonight, I got this, I'm psyched, I'm pumped, and you haven't heard from them for a year, right? They just never ordered. I don't understand why people are like that, but I think that happens to all of us. And if someone's doing that, they're not truly ready. They're not pulling the trigger yet. For some reason, they're not telling you. So just be okay with it and move on, but don't forget to follow up later on with that person. Only ask 1 to 2 questions at a time. I think that if you think about this, you would probably be overwhelmed if somebody was shooting out 10 questions of what your nutrition looks like all at one time. So make sure you only ask 1 to 2 at a time, wait for the response, then go back with more. Okay, I know that's hard because you're going to want to speed up this process. But again, be patient with the process and know that it takes time. Just do it. Do it means just send those invites, guys. I think inviting is one of the hardest out of your comfort zone things that coaches have to do. But it's just one of those things that you never know who's on the opposite end of that invite and what they might be needing at that time. And I've had a lot of people tell me, wow, you messaged me right at the right time. And I've had a lot of people tell me it's not the right time, but you know what? It becomes the right time later on. Had I never sent that invite, they may never have been in my challenge group, right? So just do it and follow up. As you know, guys, following up is the key here. And I just had this quote from Gary Vaynerchuk. He's going to be our keynote speaker at Summit this year. So Dave's like obsessed with him. Saying hello doesn't have an ROI. It's about building relationships. And that's really what Gary Vaynerchuk's all about, right, Dave? It's all about building the relationship. And the fortune's in the follow-up always. Guys, you can't invite somebody and if they don't answer you, assume that they're not interested. Everybody, even interested people, need you to follow up with them because they're busy, right? So these are some sample follow-ups that I've used over and over again to try to get people to answer you in different situations. Hey, hope all is well. Just wanted to follow up because I didn't hear back from you. That's the one I use the most, pretty much all the time. Hey, just checking in since we last spoke to get your feedback on, let's say you had sent them the Ever Feel Like This video. So you're going to fill in the blank there. Hey, just wanted to follow up since we last spoke and see if you still wanted me to hold a spot in my next challenge group for you. I know you mentioned you were struggling with. Again, that's those step 2 questions that you're going to put in this follow-up. You're going to remind them that they were struggling with their energy levels, right? Oh, I know you're struggling with energy and, struggling to get through the day. I know this can help fix that. Are you still in? And with a question, okay? Hey, just wanted to make sure you saw my last message because I didn't hear back from you. All right, like I said yesterday, you know when they see your message, right? You see their little round, little lurky little face that they saw your message, right? It pops up and you're playing dumb right now. I just want to make sure you saw my last message. I see your little creepy face. I know you saw it, but I just got to make sure. And for some reason, people answer, yeah, no problem. Oh, sorry, I was so busy. So I don't know why, but that one gets a lot of people to answer you. Hey, I hope all is well. I'm checking in to see if you're still interested in hopping into my next group. If you could let me know either way, I would really appreciate it. Thanks. I send that one when I've sent maybe 2 or 3 follow-ups and I just see my own writing, the last few lines, because they're not answering me. That's a cricket follow-up. If you could just answer me either way, like, please answer me. I'd appreciate it. I don't know why. I know we all probably say the same thing. Just answer me. Is it going to kill you just to say no thanks? Hey, I never heard back from you and was holding your spot in my next challenge group. Please let me know if I should cross your name off my roster. And this one gets people. They don't like to hear crossing their name off the roster. Although I told them yesterday, I did have one girl that's like, yeah, go ahead and cross me off. And I was like, oh, okay. So she has never joined the challenge group, but that's okay. But that does usually help get people to answer you. And then the last one is the desperation one, just making sure I didn't do something wrong since I haven't heard back from you. If you're trying to get them to answer you. But again, follow up. Don't be annoying with your follow-ups. Do not follow up every single day with something new. I wait a couple days sometimes. And this is the other thing that I used to do wrong that would drive me nuts. Like if we had a deadline, let's say, you have to order by that Tuesday before the challenge group starts, and you're in desperation mode to hear if this person's getting back to you, do not message them like 5 messages in a row. Hey, time is ticking, we're running low on time, That's just going to make them not even want to answer you more, okay? Because, again, that's you pushing them to do it, do it what's convenient for you. It has to be what's convenient for them. And I'm just going to share a story that I shared yesterday that back in May was when this all kind of clicked for me because on the last day of the month, I was at Success Club 4 and I was desperate. And I didn't have anybody in sight that I was talking to that would possibly order a challenge pack to help me hit Success Club. And I had messaged some girl, a new person that I didn't know, and she messaged me back that morning. All day I was going back and forth with her, like desperate to get her to buy a challenge pack. And it was getting late, and she still hadn't made a decision. And Dave was like, you got to go to bed. You got to go to bed. You got to work tomorrow. And it was like 11:30 at night. And I kind of skipped every step, and I was trying just to get her to buy the pack. I'm like, oh, you got to do this. This is going to be great for you. I really didn't know much more than she just said she wanted to lose weight and that money was a concern. That's all I knew, but I was pushing it and pushing it. Well, the last message I got from her before I went to bed at like midnight was, I really need more time to think about this. And I went to bed and I felt defeated. And I said, all right, I didn't hit Success Club this month. Like, that sucked. So I woke up the next day and I really, really thought about what happened. And I was feeling sorry for myself. But really what happened was I made the whole thing about me and what I needed. I wanted her to buy something for me so I could hit Success Club. And I wasn't doing it for the right reason. I wasn't doing it because I genuinely wanted to help her, which I did, but I wanted her to help me first. And that was wrong. I was not leading the right way. So I changed how I approached it, and I ended up helping her for free for a month. And I've done this with a few people in the since then. But I ended up helping her for free. I gave her, foods to eat. She signed up for on-demand, for free for the month. And we worked together for the month, and she checked in with me privately. And I said, I'll work with you until you can afford to get a challenge pack and try a group. And lo and behold, at the end of the next month, she found the money for the challenge pack, and she finally joined me. Because we built that relationship and we built that trust. And it took me that month to kind of gain that back, because I started off on the wrong foot with her, and I wanted to make it right because I genuinely did want to help her. I did it the wrong way because I made it all about me. So as long as you realize it's not about you and to put everybody else's needs first, you will end up getting what you wanted, right? Like, I ended up getting the Success Club points, but it really wasn't about that. It really was about the fact that she was feeling good, she was happy, and she was appreciative of the fact that I worked with her for nothing and I didn't expect anything in return. And that's what we do as coaches. So just always make sure that's in the forefront of your mind, guys, when you're building your relationships, because that is what it's all about. You will have a lasting relationship with a challenger who hopefully becomes one of your coaches, and that will be the basis of your team. And to summarize, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. And that's exactly what I'm saying. So whatever time you put into building your relationships, that's going to be the quality of your life that you get back from it. And that is it.
Thanks, babe. Can you hear me? Chris?
I think we lost everybody. Is
No.
it just you and me on the call, Dave?
No. Can you hear me? Hold on, let me unspotlight you. There. All right, good. One question. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
One question that somebody asked is basically can you remind us how to make that interest list to see their posts?
You can show them how to do that.
Well, you're the presenter. You want me to show or you show?
I need a drink. You can show them.
Oh my goodness. All right, so if you go to, let me open up and get my Facebook here.
Oh, that's good, Christine. I'm just reading the comments. I'm catching up.
What did she say? Is it about the interest list?
No, that was Stacy. I see that. Can you remind somebody else on Facebook? Does
Hold
anyone
on,
know how
guys,
to
I'm getting up.
No, Christine said that she did what Kristen said and followed up with someone I haven't spoken to since January. She just answered me right back and said, thank you so much. Keep poking me because I need a push. Yep. Good job, Christine.
So guys, hold on here. I think that's what the question was. All right, let me share my screen. It's here. So here's my screen here. An interest list I have them here on the side. Right here it says interests. Okay. And what you simply do is you can add an interest, and then you could create a list. And again, it was on the side there. And then what you'll do is you will select certain people. So if you go to friends, you will select, like, let's see, Aaron and a couple people. You select them, and then what you'll do is you will create the list. And I want to go out of this. Let's see if I can get out here to show you what it looks like. For example, Let me find one of my interests. Like right here, March challengers. These are all the people. I don't know why it says no post to show, but these are my people in my current challenge group. So when I'm in my interest list that I named March challengers, okay, I can go on and see all of the posts that my 4 challengers put on, whether it's on their regular Facebook or in fact in the challenge group. So if you have new friends, for example, like I have here, new friends as of March 16th, these are all my new friends. I can simply go in here and start liking and commenting on their stuff. And when you interact with them, it's more apt that Facebook is going to put your post on their newsfeed when you post. And this is another way to see what their posts are and to build a relationship with them. Okay? I think that answers the question. That's the short and short of it with interest lists. And again, it's on the right-hand side, interest.
That's
left. More, and then you create it.
It's on the left-hand side.
Left-hand side, yes.
You're on the right. Okay.
Anybody else?
Kelly, you have a question?
Go ahead, Cal.
Can you take people off of that list easily so that you can keep track of weed out all of the people that now you've built a relationship with so they're not considered new friends?
Yes. All you do is you go right to the side and you click on the list. You hit see all and you literally would click on the X in the top right corner there and it will take them right off.
Thank you.
See, I didn't even know that. Good question.
And guys, make sure when you're in the process of setting it up, you can set it so that the only people that can know they're in the list and are on the list is you.
Yeah, you don't want them to know.
Right. It's one of the settings. Only you know the list is there. Any other questions?
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Maria?
Yes. Actually, the first one, it sounds like a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So when you're on your interest list and you're looking at all these people, it kind of seems like a news feed, sort of. And you're commenting and liking on each person. Does it make a difference whether you're liking and commenting on people's stuff in the news feed as opposed to actually going to their page and liking and commenting, or it really doesn't matter?
It's the same, isn't it?
Is it the same?
Yeah. Dave, isn't it the same?
You go to the interest list or go to their page?
Well, let's take out the interest list portion of the question. Let's say I'm on my news feed and I'm seeing seeing people that I know are on my interest list, and I'm in the news feed. So I'm liking and commenting on their stuff. I'm scrolling through, liking and commenting. Is it different than actually going to their page and doing that?
No. It's all the same.
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
And then I had another question for Chris.
Yeah.
Back in your dues list, you talked about when you're talking to people and they're like, no, I'm not ready, and I'm not ready, and or they're just saying, no, I'm not interested. How do you know that they're really not interested, or it's just not now? And I guess maybe you would get a feeling for it, but then how long do you wait before you actually follow back up with that person?
You don't always know what they're thinking or if the timing's off. So, I mean, I follow up like a couple times, but then it's like once a month after that.
It is still once a month. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if they're like ignoring you after like a few times, then you might be like, all right, this person really doesn't want anything to do with me right now. And then you might put them on like a cold list or something and then follow up like a few months later. But if they're answering you like, oh, not ready yet. Like I have one girl I could think of off the top of my head. She joined like a CrossFit class and she keeps putting me off. She's like, oh, I signed up again. So I just keep checking in with her. And I'm like, and at that point, I'm actually not even keep inviting her. I check in with her to be like, how's your class going? Like, you still seeing results? Do you need help with anything? Like, I'm offering help, and again, I'm just keeping that rapport going in that relationship. And there's people, I have another girl who was a personal trainer that asks me for advice all the time. And I've said to her like once or twice, like, when are you going to do a group with me? I'm always helping you. like jokingly, because we created that thing, and she's like, oh, when my sessions run out. So, like her and I we just keep in touch, and, we talk about food and stuff like that. And I leave her be. I don't keep inviting her, but we keep talking here and there. So you got to read your relationship, really. Like if they're answering you, you just keep that relationship going, and just, you don't always have to expect something back. Do you know what I mean? Like it's okay for you to touch base with people and just see how they're doing, and just see, is there anything I can help you with? Like you mentioned you struggled with your breakfast. Did you start eating breakfast yet? Even though they never committed to you doing a challenge group, you want to show that you care. And it doesn't have to be you trying to get them to join you that month. Again, that's like going back to being okay with them not being ready yet. Because if you show you care and you're going back and forth with them, they're going to go, you know what, when I'm ready, I'm going to reach out to Maria. She's really genuine, and you want that relationship. So.
Okay. That helps a lot. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else? No.
Any other questions, guys? All right, guys, if there's no other questions, get your tickets if you're local for Tanya. Review the Coach Summit stuff. And listen, guys, if you're not on this wait list and you're thinking about going to Summit, get on the wait list and get yourself to Summit. My business income went up 700% from my first Summit to second. 700%. So get to Summit. It will reward you and pay you dividends. So, guys, have a great night. Thanks, babe, for the call. And
bye, guys.
See you guys all soon. Bye-bye.